Hello YouTube, Freddie Cardona here. Welcome back to another Paterson morning drive. And we're starting this drive at my alma mater, Eastside High School. There's a bus. Home of the Ghosts. This is where I graduated from just a few years ago. But we're here on Park Avenue. All right, let's get the drive started. I don't anticipate it to be too congested this morning. It's 7:32 in the morning, so school doesn't start for another, I guess, 40 minutes. But we're here on Park Avenue, and I wanted to thank my Fred subscribers, my ATF squad, all things Fred, as I make a right on Carroll Street. This is a 4K resolution video. Ooh, ow. Crossing Pearl Street. Even though I have the right of way, many of you know that I still look. Make sure I don't get into an accident, because a lot of people don't. Not a lot, I shouldn't say a lot, but there are some drivers that will blow a stop sign or a red light. It's occasional, it's not all the time. But in that one instance that if I have the right of way and I go across the intersection without even checking, and there's someone at that very moment not paying attention, then we get into a collision. For those of you that have followed me throughout the years, have seen in some of my videos where I was able to not get into a collision by stopping at the last possible moment when a car blew the stop sign. Crossing Van Houten. Getting ready to cross Broadway. So if you live in Paterson currently, or if you're a former Patersonian, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I have a lot of Paterson content coming out, and I have a lot of Paterson content that I uploaded through the years. I've been doing Paterson videos since 2015. I've had this channel for longer than that. So 9 years of uploading Paterson content. So there's a bunch of stuff on here. And if you want to see your former street, do a search on my channel. Do a search Pride in Paterson and the name of your street to see if your street's been featured. Because I have a project that I'm working on where I want to feature every single Paterson street on the channel. So stay tuned. There's a lot of stuff happening. But you have to subscribe to see it, or at least to be notified as we go past the iconic School 6, which I believe has been renamed Frank Lautenberg School, I believe. We're gonna make a right here. A lot of school bus traffic gonna start up. But we are here. I believe this is the 4th Ward. As we have Bragg Funeral Home there to the right, where many of us have laid our loved ones to rest here in Paterson. I am going to attempt to make a left on Rosa Parks, which we all know this used to be called Graham Avenue. All right, let's see if we can make this left. Yes, we can. Continuing our morning drive. I'm trying to enunciate here in the morning. Not that easy if you haven't had your coffee. turn the heater off. It's getting hot in the car. But I wanted to thank you for joining me on these morning drives as we crossed 12th Avenue. Try not to make these too long. We know people have a lot to do as we cross Harrison Street. And the Dr. Norman Cotton residence there on the right. Vera Ames Community Park on the left as we cross Montgomery Street. Be straight up. There we go. We continue on. If you notice that these morning drives are primarily in the eastern section of Paterson as opposed to the northern section, is because I work in Garfield and I have to stay close to this side of town so that when the video is over I have enough time to get to work without being late. And that's the reason. If I go up north, it's gonna be tougher to come back down east to get to Garfield. I don't have my Google Maps up, so I can't call out what school this is. But those of you who live in Paterson will know. Let us know in the comments below what school we just passed. And we have another building here on the left. This is called the Nathan Barnard Residence on the left hand side. If you want to take the bus, you have to take the 704 on this road. We're going to make this left on Summer Street. We'll let that car go. Alonzo Auto Repair in Lafayette, crossing Lafayette. Wright's Tavern on the left. I don't know if that's currently open. I mean, I know it's closed now because of the time, but I don't know if it's open, if it's operating as we cross Fulton Street. Car kind of tailgating, so I don't want to go too fast on these roads. Crossing Harrison. And we are going to make a right-hand turn church there on the left. Some more housing on the right. And we're here on the corner of Straight Street. All right, we're going to make a left here on Straight Street. You fix the camera a little bit. There we go. Don't want you to have to look at the video with your neck and your head tilted to the right a little bit. Hope you guys are comfortable there in the back seat as you join me vicariously through the channel. And this is the corner of Martin Luther King Jr. Way, also known as Broadway. You got the White Castle there on the left, and the Golden Mango supermarket on the right. Alright, good folks, for the last leg of this morning drive, we're going to go down Broadway, so you'll get a chance to see what Broadway looks like today. Let me give you some organic Paterson sounds. The Good Shepherd Mission. So I did a couple of videos in this area showing the location of the site of the old unemployment office we used to have right over there. And then I did another one up ahead a little more showing the Masonic building. There was a building up here that the folks in the comments told me that was a Freemasons building for the Masons. But we're here on Rosa Parks Boulevard. You could take 704, 746, 748, and 770. Paterson, Ridgewood, and Hackensack. The site of the old Cheeks Funeral Home was there on the right. St. Paul's Church. I think that's an Episcopal church. We're getting a Taco Bell there on the corner of East 18th Street. You're listening to the organic sounds of Paterson, New Jersey. That was my golf narration voice. Want to make sure I'm framing the video correctly. I remember as a kid or as a teenager, there used to be a pharmacy here on the left, and in those days you used to take pictures, and they would be filmed in the camera, and we would bring our film to that pharmacy so that they would develop the pictures. So that was always something to look forward to. Many of you will remember that. If you do, comment down below. And the anticipation of going there to pick up your pictures and then scrolling through it, it reminded me of, remember when I don't know how many of you remember buying baseball cards as kids, and you would open the pack and you would look for cards and hoping you'd get like your favorite player. So when you develop a roll of film, it felt like that, because you open the package with the developed pictures in there, because you probably took those pictures 3 or 4 weeks ago, and then the anticipation of checking each picture to see if your favorite picture that you remember taking came out okay, because there'd be a few pictures that they would be either too blurry or whatever, but that was always fun. But fun fact, this is what I thought was the best, and I don't know how many of you remember this as a kid or as a teenager or as an adult growing up. Wow, that car was flying. I don't know if you saw that, but if you remember that as an adult, finding a roll of film that's been in a drawer for a couple of years, right? And you don't remember what pictures you took or what events when you found that roll. So the excitement was bringing that roll to the pharmacy. Not like couldn't wait to see what was in those pictures, because you don't remember what you took. So that was pretty cool. I remember one time years and years ago, I was a teenager. I believe I was in high school, and my parents found one of those, not the 35 millimeters, but the one before that, like the 110s, I think. I don't remember. It's like a little car. I remember it was a cartridge. And I remember there were like 3 of them that had been, I guess, forgotten about, and it was in the basement, and they were probably like really old. So my parents took that film to the pharmacy and developed those pictures. So I was in high school at the time. I think I remember probably a junior. But those pictures were taken. They were graduation pictures from my brother's 8th grade graduation. And there was another film where I believe I was in like the 6th or the 5th grade. And it was pictures taken outside in the backyard as we were having, I believe, a barbecue or not a barbecue, but they had a pig roast in the backyard. For many of you who are Puerto Rican know that during the Christmas season, back in the home country, a pig roast was a big event for the holidays, where they put the pig and they roast it over an open fire. I don't want to get too graphic, but they did that. And it was cold because we all had coats on. But my parents literally were doing a pig roast in the backyard in the evening. And I had completely forgotten about that season or that event on that Christmas season years ago. So anyway, I'm yammering a lot, but that was my experience with the old-fashioned way of developing pictures. All right, guys, we just left. We're still in Paterson, but we're at over 15 minutes, so I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I wanted to thank you guys for joining me in today's episode of a Paterson Morning Drive. I look forward to you guys joining me for a bunch of other drives and other videos. All right, we'll see you on the next Paterson video.